outside of that, like, what are some changes and stuff that people can look forward to, or things that are going crazy? Because it seems like every day I see you guys just moving tasks around like crazy. Like, what's some new stuff that's coming?
I mean, we're really focusing on showrooms. We're revamping selections. So we've had showrooms now for almost 2 years. So we're starting to see what's popular, what's not popular. We're changing out faucets, fixtures, lighting, flooring options. We're seeing what holds up better. You know, we want to stay fresh. And so if Delta releases new products, I want to release new products. So I want to give people choices. I want to stay with the times. I mean, you've seen builders out there that have the same showroom as when I bought my first place. And so I want to update and freshen up. So showrooms are getting better, they're getting bigger, but also the experience is changing too. So we want people to come in and feel like it's a white glove experience. We want you to come in during your time to make selections and feel like everything revolves around you, everybody's focused on you, what you want, what you need. And we want that to be a long-lasting experience that kind of carries that excitement through the build process. Yep. So updating those showrooms and experience is really what we're focusing on in Q4.
Yep. And I've seen a number of agents doing Saturday and Sunday open houses and getting people exposed to the elements of a build. And like, you know, sometimes it lines up to where you're walking through a near completed one and you get to see that piece, right? But the better ones, the ones that always seem to have like a huge conversion for people that go, right? Like they go in, it's 50% done.
Yep.
And they get to see the things that are unseen. Everybody sees the photos. Everybody sees the walkthrough videos. Yep. Everybody sees the floor plans. But only if you dig do you get to actually experience what it's going to look like 50% through, to where you can literally see the framing, the difference in how those trusses are in there, the difference in the overall structure of the home, the difference in the insulation. Like when we tell you about our spray foam encapsulated envelope, like you don't understand it
unless you see it
until you see it. And so that's a huge thing. And I love that they take their time to do that, because it's not a requirement.
No.
There's nothing that's a requirement at Barndo. It's they choose that because they want to be the best consultant in that process as possible and educate people as best as they can as to why it is what it is.
And we have clients that fly in for those barn tours. When we talk about barn tours on a Saturday, we're not talking about 3 families. We're talking about 30. We're talking about 60.
Yeah.
We're having to split it up on a Saturday so that there's a minimum and a maximum number of people. But they're flying in from other states. They're driving hours upon hours to get there for that visit. Agents are having to take extra agents and project managers on site. It's a whole experience at a barn tour. It's super fun.
Yep. Yeah, I was blown away. There was one recently, I don't remember, it may have been Tennessee, but there were people like, I got clients flying in from Texas, California.
Flying in.
Like, they were like, we got to, coordinate all this different stuff. And like, they land at 12, so we're going to be here until 2. And then like, it's just fun. Yeah. It's fun. And there's that much interest in it. And what's really cool is when you walk through kind of in that herd, other people are asking questions that you haven't even thought of. So it gives you the ability to hear something and go, oh man, great question.
Yes.
Let's hear the answer, you know? And at a multitude of these things, like even the homeowners are present, you know? And hey, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not, because sometimes you're seeing what it's like. But either way, it's great for a client experience, because it's an overwhelming feeling to be in the middle of a build and it's getting really close. And, we were joking about people that live in like fifth wheels on the property, but like, there's a certain level of like, this is what your life's gonna look like, right? Like they're ready to get in. They've got things going on. Like, they're trying to like manage their children, and they've got animals, and they like it gets wild.
Yeah.
And so you get firsthand experience of that. And like everyone knows we're coming.
Yeah.
But you get to see different levels of excitement. You got some people that are on the back end of it, and they're like, this has been the greatest experience of my life. Then you have people that are in the thick of it, and we've had 3 weeks of bad weather and hurricanes coming through, and trees have fallen on the property, and like, we're out there with chainsaws trying to clear the driveways so we can bring people in. And at that moment, they're not concerned about those people's experience. They're concerned about what they're trying to protect.
Yeah.
And so you have this moment of vulnerability where, yes, they're happy, but this is what it looks like.
Yes.
And people get to put themselves in that seat and go, whew.
And listen, I always remind clients too, when we're walking through Barndos and it's the happiest moment of their life, a lot of people end up building with us because of that initial tour. And I always let them know when it's time to tour your barn, you're not going to feel the same way.
Yeah.
You're going to be anxious. It's close to being done. You know, you're worried about kids running through the property or people seeing it. And so I always tell them, like, just remember what it was like when you walked through your first barn and how exciting it was and how grateful that you were able to tour it, but you're not going to feel the same.
Yep.
So you can either be present, or we can send you on a nice dinner while we tour your barn and keep you busy.
Yep.
But it's been super fun. And clients come back multiple times on some of our tours to see that house. Maybe it's a house they want to build or a plan they're looking at building, or maybe theirs is about to go under construction. And they come back and they tour 2 or 3 times so they can see it in different stages, which is really fun.
Yep. And then you always have people that are like so over the top excited. Like I've got 2 or 3 people in my phone that have lived in their home now for 2 years, and they're like, yeah, man, send them on over.
Send them to tour.
Yeah, send them on over. It's fine. We're just cooking.
Yes,
we're
they're
out
living
grilling
there.
out. Send them on over.
Yes.
Like, and so you have that, and then you have people who are just done. They're done. They're like, nope, it's my time.
Yes.
No, thank you. You know, and either way, it's a good experience because, like, you know, I get it. I get it. But no, I'm pumped. I'm pumped about where things are going. I'm excited about the team and how everyone's just stepped up and like the things that y'all are building to make all this possible. Because it's one thing to have an idea. It's another thing to execute it.
Yes.
And we wouldn't be able to execute at the level we execute without a team of people like you and Nick and even everyone that works underneath you.
Yeah.
That brings that core value to life. And like, it doesn't matter what role you have in our company, you are subscribed to the same idea.
Yeah.
Right. And so by having that, like, that is the true magic in it. Like, you don't want to meet me, right? I'm here to tell you about what we've built so you can come in and meet the people that make it possible.
Yes.
And, you know, your chances are you won't meet Alicia. You'll be one of the 500 people that work on her team.
Yes.
But the reality behind it is that it's a lot of people rowing the same direction, fighting the same fight for the same outcome, which is turning impossible dreams into possible realities. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to the Barndo Show podcast. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you're listening to this content, hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And then be sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms at the Barndo Co. Super simple to find us. And then when you're ready to dive in a little more, maybe look around some of our available floor plan options or take a look at the gallery of our work, or maybe you're ready to connect with our team and explore what it looks like to build your dream barndominium, you can visit us online at thebarndoco.com.